Update. Hello people. So, we got update. Not so good news.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we are stuck here in London.
For another
Flight's been cancelled.
Right. Our flight's been cancelled and the option is we could either sit here in this airport until tomorrow or the airline offered us free accommodation. So we have just accepted the accommodation and we're waiting to see where's the accommodation and what are the rooms like. So we will be in the UK for one extra day, but the family Sebastian loves an adventure. And this is what this is going to turn out to be. So we will update you guys either from the hotel room or let you all know what's going on. Ciao for now.
7 hours later.
It's been an adventure.
a very long one.
It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, if I should guess.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. We was at the airport until minutes to midnight, and I start raging and ramping on Twitter about the hairline. I don't know if it's my rage and ramping why all of a sudden we got some response.
Yeah.
But we were at the airport waiting for like 7 hours. I know we said we were like used to waiting around,
But
but that was a little too much.
Too much.
You know, it went a little crazy because the hairline promised us that they'll get us a twin room and a single room. So I assume the twin room would be for you and I,
Yeah.
and the single room would be for Jay.
But at separate hotels.
Here's the problem where that is concerned. On the airline, they consider 16-year-olds as an adult.
Right.
Yeah. And this experience goes to show where that backfires.
Yeah.
A 16-year-old should not be should not be paying an adult fare, because in a case like this, where there's an emergency and the airline has to find us a hotel,
Yeah.
when they book the hotel and they book a single hotel and they say it's for an adult, we can't send a 16-year-old to go and check
no,
in.
you can't go and sleep in that hotel, and they are far from each other. So
They're like, they're like, what did it say?
this is the next town.
This next town, so the next hotel, so Jay would have to be
In
way
Luton.
across town.
Yeah.
And we're in a town called,
Dunstable.
yeah, so they're far apart. Anyway, we checked in. It was, thanks for the reception at this place that seemed like we woke her up, but she came and she checked us in, I would say, under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We're, as you can see, we're at a kind of a pubish type place, but the beauty is we got 2 beds. So that would be Jay's little rest stop there. And here, it's nothing classy, but it will do for tonight, and it may do for tomorrow as well, because according to the schedule that I've been monitoring with the app, there's no flights for tomorrow, which is, tomorrow's what, Sunday? Saturday. So there's no flights for tomorrow, so we probably won't be leaving here until Sunday.
I just want to get home.
Good morning, people.
Good morning. Still in London.
Still in London, and this is the conditions.
Not so much different from yesterday,
Horrible conditions.
but it hasn't snowed anymore, thank God. So,
Right, so we came here last night,
well, early this morning.
early this
About
morning,
2 this morning.
right, and we didn't know where we actually came to.
No.
So we're gonna walk to the front of the building to see what it looks like today, and then we can let you guys see.
This is one of the airlines. The airlines, what would you say, allocated this hotel for us.
Yeah.
We've actually had some success in booking a flight for tomorrow. So
Yeah. So it seemed like we will be going home tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll book a midday flight, 12:40. So we just need to be at the airport, I would say by 10, 11.
Hopefully we'll be on our way.
Yeah. So, oh, that's the name. So if we turn here,
Highway.
it's the Highwayman. Come on, other side. Yeah. That's it.
So,
The
that's
Highwayman.
where we're staying, and we'll be staying there another night.
Right. It's not so bad.
No.
But this is your typical British street,
Yeah.
I would say. Give them a nice little,
It's a residential street.
yeah. There you go. So,
It's
as I
nice and
said,
toasty and warm inside.
yeah,
There's,
it's comfortable.
ample space and room. So
There's television,
TV.
right? And oh, there's free Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get the Wi-Fi code today. That way I don't have to use up
Yeah.
our data.
And now
And,
we're going to get some breakfast.
We're gonna get some breakfast. So I guess that's a plus
Yeah.
in regards to the what you call it, in regards to
Cancellation.
cancellation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. They don't let us see. The airline doesn't like to see us go hungry. So
Even though I was
everything's
hungry,
built to the room. I know.
I was hungry last night.
Yeah.
You know, we are now on the inside of what appears to be the restaurant. So, just waiting for someone to come and serve us. We were told his name is Sylvester. So, if we find Sylvester,
We'll go eat.
we'll go to eat. This is a typical British pub.
So we are sitting down waiting for our breakfast.
We've ordered full English breakfast.
Yeah, I've ordered a breakfast wrap earlier on, so we'll see how that is.
Full English breakfast is not really my thing, but I guess that's what I have to work with. There wasn't a lot of variety on the menu.
No, the little one's ordered, he's ordered a full English, so we'll be able to see what that entails.
Yeah, and I ordered
A breakfast wrap.
that was breakfast. Yeah. Now we go back to the room.
Watch some TV.
There's no Wi-Fi,
No, Wi-Fi is down.
so we have to use our data. So that's it. It's not so bad. At least we've got TV
Yeah.
and we've got food. So we're really roughing it out at the moment in the UK. But yeah, open the door. Got the key, Jay. Touch that black thing with it. And this is where we're staying. Not so bad. Quintessential British, I would say. Wouldn't you, baby?
Yes.
It's not bad. And we are right here. Room 66. There you go. That's where we slept last night. Not a bad. It was nice and cozy.
Yeah,
warm.
Yeah. I went to bed like about 10 minutes after we got in.
A few snores.
Wow. I'm sure there was a lot of snores from me.
Yeah.
Because I was beat. You know, so all this time. And the wife, I would know she was even snoring. You know? Because
A few times.
I didn't know she was snoring because I was just out. It's a good reflection of you in the mirror there. Michael Johnson. Oh, it's gotten dark. Okay, it's good. You know, it's lit back up.
Lit.
Yeah. We don't have much of a view,
Somebody's house, so.
but there's a lot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, untouched snow.
Is that someone's house or is this a part of the hotel?
Looks like an old people's home.
We've come to that conclusion. Old people's home.
I think it's a part of the hotel because of this part.
Yeah, you see the kettles.
And this will probably be it for
Yeah, this
the
will
rest of the
be our space for the day.
day, with the exception that we will go for lunch and dinner, but not maybe we won't do a lot of vlogging today because what you're seeing here right now, this is pretty much gonna be all day, and that over there. Hello. The thing about vlogging, you don't know when something is gonna happen.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's best to have the camera rolling.
Yeah, always be ready.
You know, it requires more editing because you know when I edit the vlogs, I want to make sure that it gets to the point, and you know the subscribers or the viewers are not saying, "Come on, get to the point," because I do that when I watch other people's vlogs.
But you're impatient, so.
No, no. Okay, let's discuss this as a family. Yeah? No. My whole thing about vlogs, yeah? Vlogs are either one of two things for me. The vlog either have to be very informative, or it has to be entertainment.
Of course.
You understand? So I only watch two kind of vlogs. One that's informing me about something, you know, whether that's a hotel, a camera, a country, and the next one is people vlogging.
Yes.
Whether they're just talking to me or whether they're showing me around their home or they're talking like we are.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I wouldn't say it's impatient. You know, if any of our subscribers out there agree or disagree, engage with Family Sebastian. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that when I watch a vlog, if you're telling me about anything, get to the point.
Yeah.
You know, if you are vlogging like we vlog as a family, sometime we're informing you guys like now, we're informing you on the status. There's ways we can do that. You can bore people by telling them what's going on, or you can just get to the point. Camera and viewing is very powerful because there's a certain amount of energy
Yes,
that
definitely.
the vloggers transcend to the viewers, you know?
That keeps you
Keeps you
fixed to the TV.
Exactly. So if you're a boring vlogger, you know, then people won't really watch.
No.
You know, you could be talking about a sloth,
Yeah.
you know?
You can make it sound exciting.
Why did you pantomime?
No. I know he was going to say something.
I'm joking.
But you could be talking about a sloth, and you could make it sound excited, while another person could be talking about a sloth, and they'd just be like, well, you know.
They're very
Take
slow in
David
nature.
Attenborough, for example.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm a fan of David Attenborough. So one of
His
my
voice
favorite
captivates you.
commentators, David Attenborough. I watch a lot of Nature Channel. And when David Attenborough tells you about whether it's the ocean, a fish, or animals, it's his voice that keeps you engaged.
We follow about, I would say, 3 famous vloggers.
Right. I like to support other vloggers, whether or not they subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
And I hate when I have to unsubscribe from a channel, but I have unsubscribed from channels before because I don't find it
So
interested or
boring.
I find it boring. Two channel that we watch at the moment are Ace Family and DK for Life. Now, this is my feeling about those 2 channels, right? I am forever a DK gang fan.
Yeah.
You know, I like Ken and Diara. And the reason why I like them,
Because they're very, very exciting.
they're energetic. You know what I mean? They come on screen and they just blast you with their energy. Sometimes they could just be talking about a paper bag.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not the bag, but it's the energy that they transcend. And for that reason, I would say Ken and Diara as a couple, they are on par. You know, I wouldn't say any is more one is more energetic than the other. They're both equally energetic. The Ace Family, Austin is very energetic, and he transcends that
Yeah.
to you. I mean, whether or not it's his personality or he's just doing that for the camera, he does a good job. I mean, they're a family with a child, and the baby, she's cute. She does cute things, you know. So there is not a lot that's required of her. I mean, Catherine is wife. She engaged, and she does talk to the people. But unlike Ken and Diara, their energy pitch
It's different level.
is different level. Not that Catherine is a bad vlogger. It's just that I was drawn to the Ace Family because of Austin and his antics and his energy. So I do like vloggers who transcend that energy. Now, we, unlike the DK gang, unlike the Ace Family, we've got our own energy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe vloggers should try to mimic other vloggers because
Oh, definitely
it
not.
will-
We are ourselves.
Yeah.
This is us, you know. You will see us.
it will come off a bit fake.
Yeah, you won't see us acting or anything like this is how we are. You know, if you should have a secret camera in our house, it would, you know.
Yeah, this is pretty much what we do. This is how we
Yeah.
are, you know what I mean? So, I'm the eye pitch.
Yeah.
I'm the energy
I'm
bunny. She's
the medium.
medium. And right over there,
He's the sloth.
you know. But together we balance out
Yeah.
as Family Sebastian.
Is that someone at the door?
Is someone at the door?
Yeah, room service.
Hello.
Right. Did you say that you've been pre-booked in again for today?
Yes.
Because whoever booked the rooms, like Capita Travel and Events, they haven't booked any rooms for today.
Okay.
Only for last. There was about 5 family rooms and 3 double rooms in total that I guess booked.
Right.
But none of them have been rebooked for today. They're all
Okay.
ready for
I
last
spoke
night.
to her this morning.
To who?
I dialed a 209.
Okay.
That was female. That's who booked us in last night.
Oh, and she said she's going to rebook you in for
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Okay. No
Okay.
problem.
All right. Yes.
We have to go downstairs.
For the key, she will rebook us, but Sylvester will.
Is that Sylvester?
Yes. Good morning, people.
people.
Does this look familiar?
Familiar place.
Yeah. We are back at the
Back
airport.
at the airport. We found a flight for today, Sunday, 4th of March.
Third.
4th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll double check that in a minute.
4th of March.
Okay, Sunday, first week of March. That's for sure. Yeah. So we're back at the airport. I think there's an 80% chance, I would risk it and say 80% chance that we will be going home today. So we didn't vlog I forgot to start the vlog when we were checking out at the hotel stroke bed and breakfast.
Yeah, but we had a problem with the taxi. We ordered a taxi online, and we corresponded with the guy who was
Last
supposed to be
night.
our taxi guy. And
Everything was
He didn't
booked
show
for this
up.
morning. Everything was booked.
yeah,
You know, I believe in punctuality. The pickup time was for 10.
yeah.
We waited until 5 after 10. We sent him a few messages, no response. So decided to do Uber. Unfortunately, Uber seems to have been cancelled itself in the UK. So it says there were no Uber service available in your area.
Okay.
So I thought to go to the nearest real hotel, which was the Holiday Inn Express. Now the thing is this, you know, many people who are probably British may not like what I'm about to say, but I'll still say. The thing is, when you go to hotels like the Holiday Inn Express, they're more of an international brand. So to do you a small favor, like calling you a cab,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. They see it as a part of a friendly service. So based upon some vibe and experience I was getting from yesterday staying at this free accommodation,
Yeah.
it's called the Hyman Hotel.
Highwayman.
Yeah,
Hyman.
the Highwayman Hotel, which I wrote a review on this morning. I will put the link so you guys can see the review that I put on the Highwayman. I often do reviews whenever we travel or whenever we stay
Of hotels.
at a hotel, and I always try to be very fair when I make reviews. Do not get my emotion involved, just call it as it is. And that's what I did with the Highwayman Hotel. I didn't ask the receptionist to call a taxi for us because I believe it would be a big deal. You know what I mean? Tiny little favors seem to be a very big deal to the people when you're dealing with more of the locals in these other neighborhood. It seemed to be a big deal for small favors. So we opted to the Holiday Inn Express.
It was only like a 5-minute walk from where we were. So
Yeah.
we walked down to the Holiday Inn and we went in, we asked if the guy could order a taxi for us at reception. And he said, yeah, no problem. And in 1 minute.
Yeah, it was done under a minute. He just done it, hung up, the taxi was there. And that's how we worked our way to the airport this morning. The stay in England was okay, you know, other than the setback, but Sebastian's family turns setbacks into adventures.
Right.
So we try our very best to make fun of it. And yesterday, when we were at the Highwayman Hotel, boredom chipped in, but we found ways to
You two found ways.
we found ways to occupy the time, which we will show you right now. Hello,
people.
So,
Look familiar to you?
as you can see,
We're home.
back home, happy as a lark.
Yes.
You know,
It's
So-
good to get away, but then when you come back, there's nothing like home, you know? Your own bed,
Definitely.
your own
Shower.
shower. yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So it was a good trip, you
Yeah.
know. Interesting, you know, because like I say, the first 5 days we spent at a friend's house,
yeah.
and next 2 days we spent at that Highwayman Hotel. You know, I wrote a review, like I said earlier. I'll put a link below if you're interested to know what's so interesting about it. You know, what we thought was interesting about it. We'll put it in the link. This vlog, I wanted to give a shout out. I like when people interact with our vlogs, you know, not just watch it, but we're people, and YouTube is also a social site, so it's okay if someone has something to say to us.
Exactly, comment
Comment
good bad,
or
it's-
conversate with us, you know, shoot a question or anything.
We can take it.
So, want to give a shout out to what I would say our first subscriber that actually interacted with us, had a conversation with us, and that person is Michelle Holmes.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, Michelle, big shout out to you,
Yeah.
and we ask that you keep watching, keep supporting,
Please, yeah.
and we will do as
Spread the word.
as best as we can to keep this channel interesting.
Exactly.
So, until then, without any further ado, we will close this vlog and say ciao for now.
Ciao for now.